Welcome to the NIOS studio. In this video, we will discuss about lesson 4, methods of cooking food. Let us first learn few new words. Methods, digestion, unconventional, flavorful, microorganism, moist heat, crisp, solar cooker, pressure cooker, germination, objectives of this video are importance of cooking food, classification of various methods of cooking, process of each method of cooking, unconventional methods of cooking, effect of cooking on various nutrients, ways of enhancing the nutritive value of foods. Now let's understand the word cooking. What does cooking mean? Cooking is an activity of food preparation. Cooking is an art, skill, and it also involves some science. Cooking brings several physical, chemical, nutritional, and sensory changes in the foods. Cooking alters the taste, appearance, texture, nutritive quality, and safety of the cooked food. Cooking also stimulates the appetite and secretion of the digestive juices, which helps digestion of food. Cooking makes the food attractive in appearance, taste, and makes it flavorful. Cooking improves the keeping quality of the food by destroying harmful microorganisms naturally present in the food. Here you can see a diagram of methods of cooking. Mainly, 3 methods are explained in this diagram. The first column is of moist heat. The second column is of dry heat. And the third is the combination. This is a mixture of the first 2, that is moist heat and dry heat together combined. Now let's discuss the first column. The first point is boiling. The second point is steaming. Steaming has 2 more further bisections. The first one is direct steaming and the other one is indirect steaming. The third point is pressure cooking. You must have seen pressure cooker at your home. That same cooking in pressure cooker is pressure cooking. The fourth one is stewing. The fifth one is simmering. Now we will talk about the second column of dry heat. The first point of this column is frying. At home you cook through this method of frying heat. The first one is sauteing. Like at home, before cooking vegetable, you do tadka. You put oil and little bit of jeera and do tadka. The second is shallow frying. Good examples of shallow frying are like you make paratha, dosa at home. In this you put little more oil or ghee or butter. The third one is deep fat frying. Like you cook puris, samosa, pakode. These are all frying methods. The second point of this dry heat column is baking. You must have seen cakes, bread. They are made with this method of dry heat. The third point is roasting. Like you have seen chana, you roast chana. Sometimes you also roast other spices. Sometimes ground nuts. The fourth point is grilling or broiling. This method is used for the non-veg items most of the time. The last column is a combination of moist heat and the dry heat together. These are few pictures of the moist cooking method. The food we cook using water in any way. We use it in evaporation, we cook in evaporation, we use boiling water for the cooking, we use pressure cooker for moist cooking. Now let's understand moist heat cooking methods in detail. You know the meaning of moist is water. Any cooking which involves water is known as moist cooking. These methods are commonly used to cook dal, rice, gravy, soups, vegetables, etc. High moisture foods like spinach and other green leafy vegetables cook in their own water or using little water. The first point of the first column was boiling. Now we will understand this. Boiling is the most popular and relatively easy method of cooking. Food is immersed into water and heated till softening of the food in boiling water. The temperature of the boiling water is 100 degrees Celsius. An addition of salt, sugar, spices influences the final product. Few points to be taken care while boiling food. Wash the foods thoroughly before boiling. Boil the water before putting the food into it. Be careful from heat of boiling water. Cover the food with water completely. Boil the food in a pan having well-fitted lid. Boiling milk may overflow the pan soon if not taken care. Check water. If evaporated, it can burn the food. Overboiling can spoil the taste, texture, color, and also destroys nutritive value of food. Boil potatoes and root vegetables in their skin. Overcooking may be needed for people having teeth or swallowing problem. Once food is soft and tender, take it off the fire. Now we will understand the advantages and disadvantages of boiling. Let us first understand the advantages. This is safe and simple method. Burning of food is rare. Suitable for large-scale cooking. It is easily digested. Hence, boiled food is good for infants, elders, and sick. On the other side, if we talk about the disadvantages of boiling, the first point would be water-soluble nutrients. As you know, few nutrients are water-soluble. They can be lost, particularly when boiling water is discarded. Second point of disadvantages is bland taste of boiled food is not liked by all. So, additional seasoning like lemon or some other spices are required. Now let's talk about another point, stewing. Stewing is cooking food in a small quantity of water, kept below boiling point, and for a long time. This is slow cooking on low heat. This is a slow cooking method. It takes more time. The food and the liquid in which it is cooked are served together. Sometimes we also say simmering as stewing. Let's understand the advantages and disadvantages. The advantages of stewing are the juices of the food are retained in the gravy as well as in food itself. As a result, the food tastes good and more flavorful, and the nutrients are also conserved better. On the other side, the disadvantages is it takes long time to cook. The other point is steaming. Food is cooked with the heat from water vapor. Water is boiled in a big container with the tight lid. The food is kept in the smaller container. On boiling of water, steam generates and the food kept in surrounding cooks faster. The temperature of steam is higher than the boiling water. Sometimes double boilers are also used. Steamed foods are idli, momos, dhokla, etc. Let's understand the advantages and the disadvantages of steaming. Few of the advantages are cooking is faster, it conserves the nutritive value, color, flavor, and palatability of food. Steamed food is light, nutritious, and easy to digest. It is also good for infants, elders, sick, and weak people who have weak digestion. Few of the disadvantages are it needs special containers. It needs skill for better outcome of the product. It needs proper planning and preparation. Now let's understand the pressure cooking. Pressure cooking uses both boiling and steaming. Pressure cooker is required for it. Pressure cooker are made of steel or a mixture of aluminium and other metals which can withstand high pressure. Few of the advantages of pressure cooking are food is more safe, nutritious and tasty. It kills most microorganisms. The food gets cooked faster, you can say 1/3 time than boiling. More than one food can be cooked together using separators. It also preserves the nutrients. Few of the disadvantages are pressure cooker is costly and also it needs knowledge to use the cooker to avoid injury. You can see the picture and the name. Now let's understand the second column, that is cooking by dry heat. In dry heat cooking, food is exposed to heated air in closed or open chamber like tawa or oven. Temperature may reach high 2-3 times of boiling. The food may contain some liquid through batter or dough, and that is the moisture exposed to hot air, which facilitates cooking, providing softness. The food may contain some liquid through batter or dough, and that is the moisture exposed to hot air, which facilitates cooking, providing softness. Chapati, roasted papad, suji, nuts, bread, buns, cakes, biscuits, roasted chana, roasted peanuts, tandoori chicken. They are usually made by dry heat methods. Dry heat cooking gives a crisp texture, brown color, and pleasant valor to the foods. Methods of cooking food by dry heat are roasting, baking, and grilling. Now let's understand these three words. The first is roasting. This is done by putting the raw food directly on any hot surface such as tawa, kadai, or any other container. Heat is given from below the hot surface. It is also done in kadai with or without sand. The sand tends to increase the temperature and at the same time prevents burning of seeds. Example, roasting of chana. Roasting of some vegetables like brinjal is done directly on fire also. Roasting cooks the food by evaporating the moisture in the food and brings the changes in taste, flavor, and texture in it. It improves the nutritional value and digestibility of food. Few of the picture you can see and understand what is roasting. Now let's understand the advantages and the disadvantages of roasting. Few of the advantages of roasting are: it adds variety to the meals. Roasted foods are more nutritious, digestible, and more acceptable. It increases the shelf life. That is, suji makes them food tasty and aromatic. It is easy to digest and no extra fat is needed. Few of the disadvantages are: use of high heat require extra care. slow cooking process. It takes long cook time. It is dry, so this is hard to chew. The next is baking. You can understand by seeing the picture. We cook cake and bread through this method. Baking, the food is cooked or baked in a dry hot air in a closed airtight container. We call it oven. A wide varieties of ovens are available in the market. Few are electric and few of them are non-electric. They are used to bake cakes, breads, biscuits, pav, buns, and other vegetarians and non-vegetarian dishes. Baking is done at a very high temperature. For example, 1400 degrees Celsius. Let us understand advantages and disadvantages of baking. Few of the advantages are it adds variety to our meal. Most of the microorganisms are killed. The food is safer to consume. Longer shelf life of the baked products. Few of the disadvantages are special equipment called oven is required. Specialized skills are required to cook baked food products. Extra care is required to prevent burning injuries. The next point is grilling. Food is cooked by keeping on the iron grid over a glowing fire and uses more indirect heat. Heat can be given by coal, gas, or electric medium. The grill bars are brushed with oil to prevent food sticking. The food is cooked on both sides to give a distinctive flavor. A crust is developed outside the food which entrap the juices and flavor of the foods like potato, sweet potato, brinjal, chicken, and fish. Here you can see a very nice picture of grilling. Let us understand frying. Frying is the process of cooking food in hot ghee or oil. The amount of fat used in frying determines the types of frying. There are three methods of frying. The first one is sauteing. It requires very little oil. The second is shallow frying. Like you cook paratha or dosa through this method, shallow frying. And the third is deep frying. We put more oil in this method of cooking. You can see the picture The upper picture is of sorting. The second picture is of shallow frying. The third picture is of deep frying. Let's understand the shallow frying. Food is cooked in small amount of oil, like 1 or 2 teaspoons only. It is usually done in frying pans or tawa, including non-stick. Examples are paratha, tikki, dosa, etc. It imparts crispness, color and flavor. Shallow frying is preferred over deep fried to reduce the calorie content of the food. And the deep frying is carried out by dropping food in a well-heated ghee or oil in a kadahi. The food should fully dip in ghee or oil. Fried foods are samosa, cutlets, pakoras, and kachoris. Fried foods are found to be tastier, crispier, and flavorful as compared to food cooked by other methods. They have more fat calories due to absorption of fat during frying. Some precautions while frying food are: food should be cut into even-sized pieces to ensure even cooking. Oil or ghee should be heated well. Add few pieces of food in the hot oil in the beginning. Just fried food should be placed on a clean, absorbent kitchen napkin or brown paper. Remove the leftover from the oil to avoid burning of next batch and spoilage of fat. Overheating of ghee or oil may spoil the color, taste, and texture of the food and eventually burn the food. After frying, cool the oil and store it in a closed container to prevent decomposition of oil. Avoid repeated use of the same oil for frying. Let's understand advantages and disadvantages of the frying process. The advantages are: fried food has a longer shelf life. They are more delicious and more acceptable. They provide more calories. And the disadvantages are: extra care is needed for deep frying process. Any spillage of hot oil may cause burns. Excess consumption is harmful to the health and responsible for many diseases like obesity, heart disease. Microwave cooking is done in the microwave oven. You can see in the picture of oven. Heat is generated from a special rod radiating microwaves, which vibrates the water molecules in the food at a very high speed. Hence, food is cooked. Few of the utensils used in microwave oven are, you can see in the picture, steel and brass utensils are not to be used in the microwave oven. Few of the advantages and disadvantages of microwave oven are: the advantage we'll discuss first. First it is quick method. It retains original color of food, prevents the loss of nutrients, maintain high cleanliness, and the disadvantages are: cost of microwave and electricity is high, food becomes more dry, browning of food does not occur, and separate cooking containers are required. Let's now talk about solar cooking. Sunlight or sun heat is used to cook the food. Where cooking fuel is scarce, hence the name is solar cooking. In order to trap the sun heat, a box is designed, have black color inside, and the mirror and glass on its lid. This is a picture of a solar cooker. Inside the box, food containers are placed, and the box is so placed under the sun that it absorbs maximum heat of the sun. Few of the advantages and disadvantages of solar cooker are: advantages are: it is smokeless, low maintenance, practically no running cost, it is environment friendly, useful in areas of scarcity of fuel. Few of the disadvantages are: it is workable only in plenty of sunshine, and the food cannot be cooked at night and in rainy season. In this picture, you can see and understand about the sources of nutrients loss during cooking or processing. There are various ways through which nutrients of the food can be lost. Like on the topmost circle, you can see moisture content in food, the water inside the food. The second is heat. Temperature can also be a source through which nutrient can be lost. Air, oxygen, light, milling, frequent washing, soaking, physical nature of food, presence of microorganisms or insects, addition of chemical like soda, nutrient content of food. These are all the sources through which nutrient loss can occur. Few of the nutrients which can be lost during cooking. The extent of nutrient loss by heat, air and light are: The first small arrow you can see is minerals. The second arrow shows protein. The third arrow shows vitamin A. The fourth arrow shows fats and oils. The fifth arrow shows vitamin B. And the sixth arrow shows vitamin C. Through this picture, you can understand the nutrients can be lost during cooking, deep frying, may lose the nutrient of vitamin A. Vitamin A can be lost in deep frying. Vitamin B can be lost if rice is washed for long duration underwater, and vitamin C can be lost if vegetables are cut into small pieces. This is another picture you can see. Sun rays on the milk destroys the vitamin B2. The vitamin B2 has another scientific name, that is riboflavin. In the second picture you can see adding soda to pulses destroys the vitamin B1, that is thiamine. The next picture, now we will understand the methods of food enrichment. Let us first understand what is food enrichment. The process of improving the nutrients in food items by special methods is called food enrichment. Food enrichment helps to increase nutrient content in the food, meet the nutritional requirements of the body, make proper selection and preparation of foods, consume food in a balanced manner, improve flavor and texture of the food, get variety in food, assist in meal planning, it prevents deficiency diseases in the body. The methods of food enrichment are combination, fermentation, germination. The combination of food improves the quality of nutrients. Cereals lack a particular amino acid which is high in pulses, that is lysine. Hence, combining cereal pulses in a meal will improve the nutritional quality of meal. Example is rajma chawal. Combination helps in add total nutrients in a meal. It improves nutritional quality of food, ensures better availability of nutrients, adds taste and flavor, add variety to the diet, use cheaper and easily available foods, provide balanced diet. Fermentation. Fermentation is a chemical process induced by some microorganisms we call bacteria or yeast. It brings changes in food composition, property, texture, and taste. There is development of gas. Fermented dough swells to double in quantity. Network is formed within the product, which makes the preparation light and fluffy. You can see the picture of fermented food. There are some advantages and some disadvantages of fermentation. Advantages are it improves the digestibility of better availability of nutrients as they are converted into their simpler form, easy to digest, easy to chew, useful for most people. And the disadvantages are pre-preparation is needed, more time needed for preparation, skill and practice is required. Germination. You can see a picture of germinated seed. In this picture, you can see the process of germination. It is also called sprouting. First, whole seeds are used for germination. You cannot use half dal or split dal for germination. It must be whole seed. You have to soak in 5 to 6 times of water. The water should be more. It is soaked after 8 to 10 hours. Tie in cloth for sprouting. Keep the potly in dark for few days. Sprouted seeds. Few of the advantages and few of the disadvantages of germinations are increases vitamin C content, increases availability of nutrients, easy to cook, it adds variety, taste and texture to meal. And the few disadvantages are pre-preparation is needed, more time needed for gets germinated seeds, and practice is required. I hope you must have understood the lesson 4, methods of cooking. You also must study yourself again and practice learning from the book too. Work hard and study well. Thank you.